Like we don't understand. As we're clicking this thing behind us, it is not going into the inputs like we properly want it to. Now let's go to USB. There we are. How we doing? Welcome. This is the content commercial. Guys, we are using the Tonar microphone. This is kind of got an echo going on, maybe just because of my headset. I'm hearing myself, but it is a good microphone. Listen. Yeah. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the episode, guys. We're trying to get this shit behind me figured out, so we're going to run the intro and we'll get into it. See you in a moment. Welcome to the episode. What is up, YouTube and Spotify? How are we doing today? As y'all can tell, I have a new microphone. Didn't get rid of this one, but I'm testing this one out. TikTok actually sent this to me, or a store on TikTok sent this to me as a sample to try out, and I've messed with it. I changed the audio on it, and I like the way this sounds. It's obviously not a $150 microphone. It's not a $200 microphone. It's a $30 microphone off a TikTok shop. It's USB-C to USB, but I got a USB-C to USB female connector, whatever. It got a piece that connects to USB-C to, anyway, this cable is connected into a USB-C port. So with that, I wanted to use this. I'm going to be using it for a little bit. So if the quality kind of sounds like it breaks up at some point, I'm not going to be yelling in this. I'm going to just be hanging out with you guys. My ear itches. Oh. Don't forget, guys, join the Discord. Link will be down below in one of the descriptions. Spotify is a little slow on the what do you want to call it? The things. Let me go to it. Let me go to the episode. I'll look at the analytics this way. We come over here to analytics. So my Spotify's actually been doing pretty damn good. Kinda, I guess. I've had 2,000 Spotify impressions, which, you know, for somebody who doesn't promote the Spotify, that's actually pretty good. People just kind of find it. I've gotten 2 plays per episode. 10 total plays. I've had 5 episodes, so at least I know some people are hanging out and watching. Spotify search. 1,800 people have searched. And I don't know if they're typing in Panda Podcast or what, but it is pulling up to saying the Spotify search is actually showing 1,800, things, which is badass. Now, on to the actual episodes. It lets me know that my last episode got 0 plays. The first episode got 5, the second one's got 3, then 1 and 1. Spotify may not be as active. I mean, it's not as known as much, but on the flip side, if we come to YouTube and we look at YouTube and see what they're saying, their analytics for content, for videos. Nope, that's not the one that we're getting. I posted a reaction video to Upchurch's diss track and it got like 150 views, 151 views now. Yeah, that's what I like to see. But now the podcast episodes, man, there's an actual podcast tab. Create a new podcast or set an existing podcast playlist to a podcast. Yes. Let me go to playlist. You can do that? Okay. Set as podcast. Okay, so while I'm sitting here doing this, I'm gonna get this put in. When I got my picture. I don't have my podcast picture open. It's not a square photo, so I had to get a photo put on it. Which I don't understand why I don't. I got that picture there. I think I know where I gotta find it at. Okay, give me a moment. There it is. Open. Must be the same width and height. Fuck off. Asshole. It won't let me use it because it's not a square. I thumbnail is required. I don't have a picture for that, but we can do it. So I can send it to YouTube as a podcast. Let's fucking go, dude. That's awesome. That might help with the views. But yeah, so I just want to sit and talk for a moment. This may not be as long as an episode as normal. We were going to have a friend of mine on, buddy that I met streaming this week, but schedules conflicting. This past Saturday we had what did we do Saturday? Saturday was my 2-year anniversary for proposing, being engaged to my fiance. Absolutely been the greatest 2 years, the best 5 years. Friday was 5 years, and I proposed on the 22nd, so the day after. And with that, wifey had a Valentine's Day party, and I just come in here and stream. I let the girls are in there doing their thing, partying. Like, they had all kinds of desserts and sweets and all this other stuff on Saturday. And then I was sitting here and streamed for about 4 hours. It was a good time. Had fun. Had some fun times. Ended on a back note, but it's okay. But if you don't know that, I do stream. So this kind of helped trying to push my streams out. I do stream on YouTube, I stream on Twitch, and I stream on TikTok. So if you're seeing this on Spotify, please go over there to any of those channels and follow me, sub, and know whenever I go on and come hang out with me, because my lives are so much better than this. I actually enjoy doing this stuff. So Sunday come around, and we had to go to, about an hour away to go meet her dad. We sat up there and we hung out with her dad and her stepmom, talked about the wedding, talked about what we're wanting to do, how we're wanting to do it, and she got me even more stressed about it. My back is, I knew it. I knew something didn't feel right in my back. My damn seat's not setting up right. There we go. But yeah, we went and hung out with them. We chilled with them for a little bit and talked and got home and did nothing really. We hung around the house. Wifey started looking up some bouquets and table placements and all this other stuff. Me and my daughter went outside and threw some ball for a little bit, which she's gotten so much better on softball. And guys, as soon as the banner's up, I'm taking a picture and showing you guys, because I'm so fucking happy that we was able to raise the money to have our own personal banner on her softball field. Like, that's fucking badass. I would put it on here, but I ain't got it set up. I didn't have that thought until my brain just got to this point. And then today is the 19th, but y'all won't see this until Friday. Today we're going to go to the Publix bakery. We got a cake testing to go figure out what kind of cake we want for the wedding. I think we ended up doing gonna be cupcakes. Majority is gonna be cupcakes. We're gonna have our cake topper. We're gonna have, I think, another cake, something we can cut. They do the little cut thing, and then we're gonna go into just cupcakes. That way, people aren't trying. We ain't got somebody stuck there cutting cake. We ain't got somebody coming in and doing all this other stuff. So I think that'll be fine. It'll be okay. Be good. Be good. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. That's gonna be good. We get a lot of taste testing today, and I get a lot more sugar. Speaking of sugar, I am about to go on a diet. What y'all see here is like 353, and the camera adds 10 pounds. I'm really not that big. I do have a ton of muscle. Oh, that's what everybody says. No, doggy, you should see my thighs. Bro, the amount of muscle that I've got on my body is insane. So my body weight is fucking BMI. Let me tell y'all this. Like, I can strap on a pair of basketball shoes. I can go out to a basketball court and I can run around. I can play basketball. I can run around, play football, flag football, because people don't like playing tackle. They're scared. But I can run around and do these things, but I got a gut. So I have like this active ability, but for whatever reason, I can't get rid of the gut. So starting in March, my goal is to get down to 300 pounds before the wedding in August. And that's a 53 pound drop that I'm looking at. So I got to start controlling my calorie intake. And I'm starting to do a program which is old, but I know it's effective. Insanity, which is a lot of cardio. I think that's a lot more what I need. I come home from work, I come in here, I set it up on my computer, and then I start running the session basically. I already got a pretty much idea of what I got to eat. I think it's like 3,000 calories a day, and I think that's where I want to sit. It told me 4,100 calories. I'm like, do you realize what I can do? What kind of damage I can do with 4,100 calories? My fucking God. I picked up a Milo's jug of tea. A whole jug of tea is like 1,100 calories. That's it? All right, fuck. I guess I'm drinking a gallon of tea a day. No, fuck that. I ain't doing that. But it's 3,000 calories. And I'm going to be in here and I'll be doing my weight loss journey. So on Saturdays, they'll be potentially during my streams or at the end of my streams, because usually at the end of my streams, everybody's already up and they're, out and about. So sorry about that. Just woke up. Yeah, we're gonna try to slim up a little bit for the wedding. I'm trying to say live healthier. I mean, I really don't eat that much. We make food. I eat food. But we have those things that I just feel like I need to get into, and I got shirts that don't fit anymore. Like my shirts will shrink and I can do this, and then it raises above my gut and I feel like a damn toddler. And I don't. No, I'm not a kid. Mentally maybe, but I'm not a kid. No. We have shorts. I mean, actually, all the pants that I have are too big. My shorts are too big because I don't want to go and buy more. So I bought a belt. And then once that, I use my belt as a scale. So I'm usually sitting in like the third hole that it goes into. And then there's some days that I can squeeze into a fourth one. It just kind of depends. I'm going to be cutting back on all drinks, like a cold turkey. I've done it before. I can do it again. We're going straight up water, nothing but water. And then I got like little snacks and stuff I can eat on, something that'll help control. So that's our plan for the next few months. Is once the 2 months of insanity is over, I think I'm gonna stick to doing like cardio every 3 days or something like that, just to stay. I mean, I walk 10 hours a day, 4 days a week. I'm on my feet, walking around, climbing over lines. My job is very continuous. So, and since I started that, I've dropped 10 pounds, but I've kind of plateaued now. So maybe during the summer, when it starts warming up, I'm sweating, that it can change for me for a little bit, but we'll have to see. But it's good. We can, we'll get there. So I hope you are with me for this journey. Talked to my wife. I call her my wife. I call her wifey. That's our Valentine's Day card. We don't need that one. Got some notes here, just so I can look down at it if we need to. I got the beats done. I got to download a beat for this, so it's in the background. Just something. But yeah, I completely went blank. The wedding. We're talking about live streaming it, like to everybody, sending it out to Twitch or YouTube or whatever, and that way everybody, people who can't be there, could actually see the wedding. But I don't think we're gonna do that, just simply because I may take it and get it recorded. Potentially, it's only an hour, so I may have somebody take my phone and record the whole thing, because I got enough room for it for an hour. Or they could, they'll probably broadcast it. We'll see what's going on. But we talked about it, and that way people who are followers, who want to be there and can't can actually, you know, enjoy it with us. But then again, it's something that we still have yet to talk about because we're trying to get centerpieces for the thing. Yeah, there's a lot that we got going on. So like I said, I've written down talking points. So the wedding stream, we got the goals. Our goals for this year is to get this, trying to build this podcast up. Like I said, I was going to have Buddy on today. I got another one lined up. I got a ton of names here. Like, let me see. These are, I don't need that one. I got all kinds of names here of talking points for those people. And then these are the upcoming names. You can't really see the names. If you're real quick about it, you might be able to catch a glimpse. But those are all the names I've written down for upcoming podcasts, because I enjoy sitting here talking about, obviously me sitting here talking to myself is, it's not going to be as long as an episode. So I'm gonna try to work on this and get it put out for Friday, and then, you know, just something simple. Like that. I gotta go eat some cake. I will always have an inner fat kid. No matter what I do, I will always have an inner fat kid. That is not what I wanted to see. There it is. So I got stuff written down for jokes to talk about if I can squeeze it in there. Let's talk about fat. Talk about me being fat. I'll always have an inner fat kid. So the one thing about me, guys, is I don't get offended. I'm never offended by anything ever. I mean, you can say whatever you want to me, and I will not get offended by it. Be like, no, I can't believe you would say something like that. I don't get offended. No, I do not. So much so that it was the one time at work, I was sitting there, lady was working, it's called batching. Basically, my job is a distribution center for one of the biggest companies in the world. And you're standing in a trailer, and there's a bunch of boxes coming down towards you on a line. Where you take these boxes, you pick them up, and you set them down. You got to stack them up about 5 foot high. Bricklayer method. You can only go 5 foot high, but it's got to be smooth. It's got to be stacked perfectly. Things got to be done a certain way. Easy enough, correct? Then you're working with somebody, and you have to match their stacking, or they got to match your stacking, and you got to change speed because you grab a box, they grab a box. And if you grab 2 boxes and they don't grab a box, you kind of wait and make them grab the next box. Mentally, you're telling yourself, I'm going to grab one, they grab one. I grab one, they grab one. I grab one, I grab one. They grab one, I grab one. You know, like, you got to stay busy. So we're sitting in there, and there's this older lady. I'm not going to say names. Anyway, she's sitting there, and she's ranting. All she talked about was her ex-husband. You know, her ex-husband, which at that point is like, why are you still talking about this, man? Why are you still talking about your ex-husband? And she's like, did you know that during Halloween, his fat-ass wife was sitting there, and while she's sitting there, they went trick-or-treating. The kids went and got all this candy. And it's like, okay, good for the kids. Kids got a lot of candy. Don't get a lot of candy anymore. You're not like we used to get. We used to get bags, big bags. We go door to door, ding dong, trick or treat. We would get all fucking sorts of candy here. My ears itching. Fuck. And then you'd have people giving you. We'd get apples, and it's kind of like, man, but an apple, dude, I'm okay with an apple, especially if it's Granny Smith apple. Ooh, dog, I'm okay with a Granny Smith apple. Yeah, people give you canned drinks. We had nuts. We didn't go back to those people. We went one time. They're like, here you go. And they dropped a bunch of nuts and pecans and all this other shit. I got to crack them open? No. Lazy ass. Go get some candy. And the person next door gave me an apple. At least give apples out. Or grapes. You can do a little baggie of grapes. Something. Not fucking nuts. Anyway, back to the story. She's sitting there, and kid got all their candy, and they got it in a bowl, and they're sitting at the table. And she goes, this fat bitch, she sat down in her chair and she ate all their candy. No offense. No offense. Like, bitch, do you think I sit in a chair all day and do nothing and eat candy all fucking day? I've been offended one time in my life, and this bitch done it over candy, over Halloween candy. Don't fucking tempt me. I'll sit in a chair all day and eat candy. I'll look worse than I do now, but I don't know. I'm working. I was playing basketball at the time. I was being active and moving around. And when she looked at me and goes, no offense, you look like the kind of person who's going to eat out of a bowl of candy and fucking do nothing. That bitch. She ended up going and either dating or marrying a guy who looked like Bubbles off of Trailer Park Boys. You know, the big ass fucking glasses. Yeah, that dude. So, you know, I got some jokes right now. I'm gonna try to do all this. Y'all know the 23andMe? Everybody knows 23andMe. You know, you go find your ancestry, which I kind of know what I am. I'm kind of like in the whole range of white. No, I got like, I think I'm like German and Irish. We have, if I'm not mistaken, we have like, drop my brush, like some kind of thing where got African descent in us. I mean, I think everybody does, but I don't remember everything. I know for a fact we're German and Irish. Anyway, I decided to do 23andMe, and with that, they sent me back my results. There's my results. Assholes. They just sent me a blank postcard. Like, there you go. But yeah, man, it's a dumb joke. It's a dumb joke. I got a whole bunch of jokes written down on my phone that kind of just like pinpoints stuff that I've had. Let me go to it. I'll pull it up right now on my phone. I got some written down, but I'll go to this thing real quick. Inhale. Where is my stand-up jokes is what I called. I got a bunch here talking about girlfriend hating sensitive people, or no, my girlfriend hates farts and poops. Dark jokes. Cussing in colorful language. We all know how I feel about cussing. Like when it comes to stand-up, you can't, you know, a lot of stand-up comedians they've rehearsed it. They do these jokes. They have like an order in how they do things. And one joke will kind of segue into another joke, or it ends and they can start their joke. So it all just depends on the kind of person. I'm more of an improv comedian. I kind of off the top random shit. I change my voice and doing all kinds of other shit. I can sit here and do this because I feel like this is funny to me. I feel like it kind of adds a character to whatever's happening. I can do Kermit the Frog. That is not Kermit the Frog that sounds like the dude at the 7-Eleven. Good God. Oh. I apologize for that. That is not Kermit. Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here. I can sit here and talk like Kermit. They just have to say his name first to begin. And once I get the hey ho, Kermit the Frog here, then it kind of gets into the whole I'm Kermit. I'm going to commit suicide. Whatever. It's not good. But it's still funny when it's just random, like, hey ho. All I can do, this accent, it's very strong. And sometimes it's great. Shout out to my buddy. Gang, gang. The Brits are coming. The motherfucker. I don't, he had a guy that was from the UK saying that shit on Call of Duty. That was funny. Gang, gang, the Brits are coming. That shit was funny. It was hilarious. So let's see. We got other doing different voices. See, look at that. We talk. Why did I write? Why does fridge have a D and refrigerator does not? That's not a joke. That's serious. The offensive joke. Yeah. What do vegans and wheelchairs have in common? They both love vegetables. confidence is key, baby mama, reset button on your head, dogs more than cats, you know, this whole, yeah. There's some on here I've written down that's like, I want to go on stage and do these because I feel like people might get offended by them either way. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But yeah, man, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'd like to do. I always wanted to be a stand-up comedian. I always loved the entertainment aspect of making people laugh, making entertainment. I've always loved walking around making people doing stupid shit, random shit. People laugh about it and be like, oh, yay, kind of thing. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't for me. Some people laugh, some people don't. And that's okay. You know, we got some people aren't made for this. I just enjoy talking. I don't like shutting up. I like sitting here talking. Talking by myself, however, I don't have a moment to stop and smell the roses and listen to another person have their conversation about, oh, I enjoy doing this. Like the last episode, I apologize to him. I'm sorry, Palmer. I was talking and I realized I was the one talking the majority of the time. The whole point of these is for people who don't know you to get to know you. I'm gonna have to get Palmer back on and redo the whole thing and keep my fucking mouth shut. But yeah, it's a good one. We have our things. Okay, I had to make sure that was sitting down. There's a lot of people that I've messaged to do these podcasts. A lot more than I actually thought about, and everybody has said yes, but one of them is he's like seven voices on Dragon Ball Z. The stand-up comedian dude is fucking hilarious, and he's like, my management team tells me that I can't do this unless there are 1,000 or 10,000 viewers or followers or something on it. And you know, he's a busy man, and I understand that, and I respected the reply back because of what it is. He's not too he's big enough that I'm not big enough for him, but he's not too big not to reply, and I appreciate the guy for that. I've sent messages to Bert. I've sent messages to Tom Segura. Tom Segura's not going to do it. I can tell you automatically he's not. Jelly Roll, I've messaged him. I'm trying to get some bigger names out here. I'm gonna look around and try to figure out who I can go to for said thing. Like, try to get some other names out there. Just message, be like, hey, so and so on Twitter. Message, hey, I'm doing this, yada yada yada. If it works, it worked. If not, well. But I will never know until I try, until I message said person, and that way, you know, we have more names. I enjoy this though. I said this one might be a little on the shorter side. But with that, we're gonna have a new ad break, and we will be right back. What is up, guys? Welcome to this sponsored ad break. It is me again because I am not yet quite big enough, and I don't mean body size, to be sponsored by anybody. We have, however, had a lovely merch store, which now has podcast merch in it. Got this lovely little image here on a t-shirt. One has a QR code on it, so if you wear the shirt, people can walk around and they see them like, oh, what is that? And I can scan it, go to it. I got one that's just a QR on the front, QR on the back. It's kind of just a ridiculous one that I'm going to have, that I have in the room actually. And then I've got the OG Premium Panda logo. Whenever the Premium Panda started, that's what it was called, my Premium Panda. But if you want to go to the merch store, there is going to be a link for that down below. So please, if you want to help support this and, help me out, that'd be lovely. Now let's get y'all back to the podcast. Hey, and we're back. No, that's ridiculous. Do you realize that in order for me to do this, instead of stopping the recording and starting it back, that I have to just play it? So when I say we'll be right back, stay here for a second. I put my hands down and go. And I count in my head 2, 4, 5. And we're back. That way we can do that. Or I don't just cut in the middle of a conversation. I don't think I had a moment where I did an ad break for Palmer. I done it at the very beginning. And that way, because there was no like natural stopping point to a conversation, and I didn't want to split a conversation and y'all be like, what? So, but yeah, we're just hanging out for a little bit. I'm probably gonna play the game a little bit for today and go through there. Aurora's left. Okay, daughter's left for school. She got a softball game coming up. She has a softball game Tuesday, the 20th. Her first varsity softball game at home. Means that sign. Oh, please. I'm gonna message her real quick and let me know if that signs up. That sign is up. Because I've already sent the personal. The personal one's gonna be the problem that hadn't been put up yet, but the Panda Gang one, the one that we actually raised the money to get for us, is badass. And it's supposed to have a QR code. And God, I hope it works. If the QR code works, I'm going to be so fucking happy. That's all that's all I want. They said it looked good. Everything was fine. So we're going to go with that and say everything's good. But I really hope it's up. If she can, she'll try to get a picture. Let's go. That's fucking awesome. That I'm super excited about that. You know, and I get nervous sometimes. I'm thinking, oh God, I don't want people to be like, oh my God, who put this up? What is this? Ugh. And I have those thoughts sometimes. But if I can get kids to join in, then it can build up and I can build a following from these guys. And hey, it works for me. If I get more people to come in and hang out, it might be younger audiences, but I'm 18 plus is what my thing is for 18 plus. But if kids come in, they have to say that they're 18 and lie about it. And I'm not promoting lying, but I am saying that I want my air kicked on, so I might be picking up the air in the background. My ankle just popped as well. It ain't showing it's picking up, it's just showing me talking, so maybe it doesn't really affect it. But yeah, we won't try to build it up. People are like, oh, what is this? And click on it. To know that we, as a community, support her softball journey. She loves softball. She wants to go to college and play, so we're trying to build up that. I gotta start saving money. That's what, if I stress about anything other than the wedding, I'm stressed about making sure she gets to college, making sure she gets what she needs to have a better life. My life is already so much better than it was when I was growing up. Like, we didn't have a lot, and I appreciate more of the stuff that I get now from what I didn't have as a kid. I mean, my mom, my dad, they did everything they could. But what, obviously I've not come from money, so I played sports until I didn't. Like, ninth grade, I quit playing because I had an issue with coaches, and I made a dumb step of backing out of sports. Tried to play in ninth grade. We transferred, and they're like, hey, I started to play basketball. I transferred back to my old school, and they're like, hey, because you moved here, you can't play this year. You can't dress out this year. You can be at the game, but you can only be on the end of the bench. You can't do nothing. You can't play. Well, I don't want to practice. Then I made that mistake. I'm like, well, I don't want to what's the point of me going to games, and what's the point of me practicing if I'm not going to get to play? What's the point? I should have stayed. I should have stuck with it. But by making that decision, my journey for my life would not have been the same. If I'd have stayed in sports, I probably wouldn't have met my child's mother. As much as I do not like her, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have my daughter. And then 12th grade rolls around, she was born, and I had a choice of playing basketball, which I'm good at basketball. I'm still good at basketball if I play a lot. But I had that opportunity to play basketball. I'm only 6'3", but I wasn't going any. Basketball players are huge. I'm from a small school, so just playing basketball in general, I wouldn't have went anywhere with it. And I just decided mentally I wanted to be with my daughter, and because of her, it actually helped with my massive depression that I had in high school. I was one of those kids I was big. I was damn near pushing 400 pounds when I graduated, but people were boys being boys, basically. People they're picking on, bullying, and I let it get to me, and I got to a dark spot. And having her, it changed something mentally in me that I knew that no matter what, I had to be there. And that's what I've been trying to do. That's what I've done my entire life. I've made it. I'll get to it in a minute about the college thing. So instead of playing basketball, mom's like, "Oh no, we can do this. We'll be able to do this. We can bring her to the games, and you can bring her to practice and have her sit there." And it's like, I can't bring my daughter to practice. I can't do that. She's at school. I'm at school, and it's practice is right after school. It got too much, and I just said, "Never mind. We'll just do our own thing. I'll raise her. I'll go to college." Well, college rolls around. Obviously, I got a scholarship for computer technology, and it's like, that's great, but it didn't pay for nothing. It didn't do nothing for me. I was a community college. I still had to go get a government grant in order to go to college. And that's great. I got stuff. I was able to get some things. The grant I got paid off all my books, but then it allowed me to go and buy stuff I needed for my daughter. And it felt good to have the ability to buy shit for her instead of relying on my parents and my brother and his wife. And it was another one of them things where I'm like, I can't do this. I've got to go to work. I've got to work. And I couldn't find a way to work and go to school and raise her by myself. At this point, the mother had left. She's already gone. She abandoned her, basically. Tried to come back and tried to get her for full custody. Like, she left her for 6 months and come back and tried to get me for child support, and she could take her and run off somewhere else. And then I just decided I needed to just go to work. I needed to work. When college come back around the second semester and I put in for my grant to go back and it didn't go through the first time, my mom's like, "Oh no, we'll get it figured out." It's like, no, that's a sign. I'm just going to go to work. And it took me a few months to find somewhere to work, but I finally got to work, and we eventually got joint custody of my daughter. Had joint physical custody, so I had her every other week, and I hated that shit. And I don't know why I was getting on this. I don't know why I went on this tangent, or why I kept going this way. Anyway, I'm gonna finish the story. We went, and I had her every other week. I'm working, and then her mother decided to leave again in 2012. And she left me back with my daughter every week, not complaining. I left her with, I didn't leave. She left. What is my brain doing? She left me with her for a few months, and she kept saying that she was coming back. She was coming back, and she never did. She hasn't since 2012. She's not seen her daughter since 2012. And my daughter's 13 this year. She grew into a beautiful young woman. She loves playing softball, and she's getting so much better at softball. And I want to get her to college, so I'm working my ass off at work, and I'm trying to move up through there to help. And I want to use, this is another, side hobby, basically, to earn money to help support her as well. And that's just how I am mentally right now. The big thing is trying to get her into college. That's what I want. That's what I want her to do. I want her to, and I told her, I said, unfortunately, there's no after college for softball. Like, other than coaching, there's no major sport. There might be by the time she gets there, but she can play, 7 years in softball. And if she can get onto a good team, she can play, championship softball. We're already looking at colleges that play softball that has her major. She wants to do sports medicine and cosmetology. She wants at LSU's got her stuff that she likes. She's looking at everything, and I'm trying to get her in a position where she can play. I told her that if you're good enough, you will be able to go. I said, some schools are like, or colleges like, hey, you got to have travel ball experience. I don't have that money. I don't have money to put her in travel ball. And I told her that. I said, you said the odds are stacked against you. I said, you got to understand that in order for you to make it, let's say she said LSU, so she wants to go play for LSU because they have her majors and stuff that she wants to do. If she goes into softball up until her high school year, and she's not playing travel ball because it said she needed 1 to 2 years of travel ball experience. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't put her in that. And I apologized to her because I don't have that ability. And I said, you're going to have to work twice as hard now just for that. Because if you want scouts to notice you, you've got to, I said, if a ground ball comes to you and you pick it up and throw it and it don't feel right, I said, tell them to throw you another one. Show them you want more. You got to do more. I said, discipline yourself to know that if you do something that you don't feel is right or perfect, do it again. I said, you're going to have to work twice as hard than people who have the ability to go, parents who can give their kids the training, or they can give them in summer, practicing in the summer doing stuff, or travel ball that we can't potentially do. Now, I don't know if the high school does travel ball. I'm not there yet, so I don't know. But I do know that at the moment, I've seen the cost for travel ball. I've seen what people do and where they have to go and all this other shit. I can't afford it. Sorry for getting a little personal on you guys. Let me brush my hair real quick. Use my beard brush for everything. Oh, I see hair on the side up there. Oh, that's the back of it. But yeah, guys, we got a little personal there for a moment, and I apologize. But I don't know. I mean, with everything going on, like I said, we've got a lot coming up this Saturday. So the day after this drops, me and wifey are going to Kentucky to go to a casino. There's a band that they like listening to in Nashville that's playing in a casino. I want to go to the casino. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Technically Saturday, day after this, tomorrow. When you hear this, will be tomorrow. If you hear it after Saturday, we went on the Saturday, the 20. What is it? What day? Damn it, I can't figure it out. 24th. February 24th, we'll be at a casino in Kentucky. So I appreciate anybody who's listening to these guys. Like I said, obviously these will only get better. Like I said, plans will change. So if they change, then I'm going to do a small one or a long one, whichever. We'll be going for 42 minutes now. But doing something to make sure I can put out an episode every single week. That's my goal. Let me get rid of this thing. I got to get the picture done. But yeah, man, we're doing it. We're doing what we can do. I think I'm gonna end this here, and I think I'm gonna start streaming. Shinobi just messaged me, and I got to get this kind of edited, and I think I'm gonna stream. It shouldn't take that long. I gotta get the song downloaded and put on and do all this other stuff. We're gonna get this posted. All right, guys, I appreciate anybody who's here. I appreciate anybody who's listened to all this. if you don't mind, if you're new here, like it on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and comment below if you want somebody I can talk to, I can message and talk to, or some kind of topic you want me to talk about. I'll 100% talk about that. If you want to hear everything, I do have a playlist down below. If you want to see my whole catalog of links, my socials down below. I hate saying but my brain is stopping to figure out what to say. If you're interested in any of my other stuff, like I go live on YouTube every weekend, and it's a hobby thing for me, but this is the one thing I'm trying to focus heavily on right now, is putting this out. Streaming is kind of on the back seat, so I'm gonna stream what little I can today with Shinobi until 9:30, or probably 9 o'clock. So it's not gonna be a very long stream, but yeah, if you enjoy all this, if you're on the Spotify side of things, I don't know Spotify that well, but leave a review, leave a like, however that works on Spotify. We need to learn it. So I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for hanging out. Next week we do have a special guest. Wonderful. A baked breakfast good. I'll let y'all simmer on that one. I got his t-shirt in the closet I will be wearing for it. And with that, guys, I truly appreciate y'all. This has been another episode of the Panda Podcast. Thank y'all for being here, and I hope y'all have a lovely fucking week. And I will see y'all next Friday. Or you'll see me next Friday. Yeah. Much love, everybody. Much love, Panda Gang. Take care. Love you guys. I'm gonna keep looking at. I'm trying to find where the record button is. So it's like I'm gonna hit the stop button so I can stop it at the right time.